Hello, welcome back to the YouTube channel. I am Nick from Australia. Before I get into the Indigenous All-Stars versus the Maori All-Stars preview, I just want to announce really quickly that I am doing a giveaway for this game. So all you have to do to enter the giveaway is comment right now in the comment section below your score prediction for the All-Stars game. So you could go Indigenous All-Stars 22-20. You could go Maori All-Stars 16-14. Whoever gets the score correct will win a Indigenous All-Stars jersey or a Maori All-Stars jersey, depending on who you support. But if you have the same score as someone else, don't panic, because if you have the same score as someone else and you win, what I will do is I will put your name in a hat and then I will draw out the winner that way. So you guys better get to commenting right now your score prediction for the Indigenous All-Stars versus the Maori All-Stars game on Saturday night. Get the commenting right now for your chance to win a jersey. But let's get into it. It's the Indigenous All-Stars versus the Maori All-Stars. It kicks off on Saturday night. I can't wait. The footy's back. I'm pumped up. I'm ready to go. Saturday night. It's going to be absolutely fantastic. And it all kicks off Saturday night. It's the Indigenous All-Stars versus the Maori All-Stars. Saturday night up at Queensland Country Bank Stadium. Kick-off at 8:10 New South Wales time. 7:10 if you're in Queensland or if you're going to the game. I can't wait for this. It's going to be an absolute cracker. The footy's on. Come on. The footy's back. The odds for the game. The Indigenous All-Stars are the favourites at $1.50. The Maori All-Stars are the outsiders here at $2.60. It's going to be a cracking game. Now, for those of you who don't know the team list, I'm going to go through it with you guys. We'll go through the Indigenous All-Stars team first. At fullback, Latrell Mitchell. On the wings, Blake Ferguson and Alex Johnson. In the centres, Jack Whiten and Jesse Ramian. In the halves, 5'8" Cody Walker. Halfback, Jamal Fogarty. The front row of Andrew Fafita and Josh Kerr. The hooker is Ruben Cotter. The back row is David Fafita, Tyrell Famunio. The lock is Tyrone Peachy. And on the bench, Corey Thompson, Jermaine Tanua-Brown, Cade Cust, and Chris Smith. And the four reserve players, Zach Sadler, Josh Curran, and Brian Kelly. Now let's get into the Maori All-Stars team. The fullback, Charles Nickel Klokstad. On the wings, Dallin Watene-Zelezniak and Patrick Herbert. In the centres, Joseph Manu and Dylan Walker. In the halves, 5'8" Jerome Luai, halfback Benji Marshall. The front row of Russell Packer and James Fisher-Harris. The hooker is Jeremy Marshall-King. The back row of Britton Nakora and Jordan Rickey. The lock is Joseph Tarpany. And on the interchange bench, it is Isaac Luke, Emre Peru, Zane Musgrove, and Jackson Topanai. And on the reserves, Isan Masters, Bailey Simonson, and Dejan Assi. Now, let me just say this. This is going to be a very, very close game. I think it'll be very high scoring. I think both teams will struggle in defence. These sort of games, like the All-Star games, they tend to be quite high scoring. A lot of points are scored in these sort of games. Defence is normally thrown out the window, so I think this will be a very high scoring game. Not sure if they'll play the two 40-minute halves. They might go with the quarters, like the 20-minute quarters, like they do every now and then with these sort of games, because I know it's going to be hot up there in Townsville, so wouldn't be surprised if they did that, but hopefully they go with the 40-minute, just two 40-minute halves, hopefully. Now, the last two meetings between these two sides, 2 years ago in 2019, the Indigenous All-Stars beat the Maori All-Stars 34-14, and last year, obviously I was there at the All-Star game, well, the Maori All-Stars beat the Indigenous All-Stars last year 30 points to 16, where Brendan Smith had a bit of a big game. Now, obviously there were a lot of changes for this game because the Melbourne Storm, some of their players can't play because of the outbreak in Victoria once again. So that's why you're seeing the likes of Russell Packer get a run, and a couple other players you might not have heard of. Someone like Jackson Topanai or Emre Peru, or all these sort of players who are a little bit unknown. But either way, it doesn't really matter who wins this game on Saturday night because it's very entertaining. And obviously the Indigenous All-Stars want to win. They they take it very seriously. The Maori All-Stars want to try and retain the shield from last year. Me personally, I do not care who wins. I just want to sit back on Saturday night on my lounge with a nice glass of Coke and just enjoy the footy, because the footy's back and I cannot wait. But as for my prediction for the game, I think the Indigenous All-Stars will get the win. I think it'll be a very close game. When the squads were announced about a week ago, about 2 weeks ago now, I was leaning towards the Maori All-Stars, but now with the Melbourne Storm players pulling out, I think the Maori All-Stars forward pack got a little bit weaker. So I think the Indigenous All-Stars will now have the edge over the Maori All-Stars. You know, I think if you have a look at the back lines, I think obviously got the likes of Latrell, Fergo, Johnson, and Ramey in there. White's normally a 5'8", but he's going to play at centre in this game. I think the Indigenous All-Stars have a better back line than the Maori All-Stars. Then you got the halves, you know, Walker and Fogarty versus Luai and Benji. I think the Maori All-Stars probably have the better halves in terms of experience. I think Benji Marshall's is a better halfback than Jamal Fogarty is. And then you've got Walker, Luai. I think you take Walker over Luai, but you could argue that, I guess you could say. And then the forward pack. I think the forward pack's pretty even now. I think, you know, Fafita's looking pretty fit. He's going to be starting in the front row with Josh Kerr, Fisher Harris, and Packer. Russell Packer, I didn't even know he had a contract still. I believe he's playing for the West Tigers still, so I didn't know he had a contract. But Fisher Harris, probably one of the best props in the game, so that'll be a great matchup there. The hooker position, two youngsters, Reuben Cotter from the Cowboys and Marshall King from the Bulldogs, two young hookers there. Obviously, the back row is like Fafita and Tyrell Famunio against Nakure and Ricky. Tarpany versus Peachy, and then you got the bench. I think the Indigenous All-Stars have more variety on the bench. You know, you've got Jermaine Tunell-Brown and Chris Smith will come on and play in the middle. Kay Cuss might come on and play a bit of dummy half. And Corey Thompson might come on for Latrell later on, because I don't think Latrell is going to play the full 80 minutes. But, you know, I think this is going to be a good game. I don't see it being a blowout. Like I said, I think the Indigenous All-Stars win. My prediction for the game, I'm going to go the Indigenous All-Stars to defeat the Maori All-Stars. I'm going to go 32 points to 26. I think the Indigenous All-Stars will win by 6 points. So I think it'll be a very high-scoring game. Indigenous All-Stars to win 32 points to 26. My man of the match for the game, I'm going to tip the man of the match. I'm going to go with Cody Walker. I think Cody Walker will be man of the match. And for you guys out there who like to have a bet, like to have a multi, for you guys over 18, my multi for the Indigenous All-Stars game, I've gone the Indigenous All-Stars head-to-head. I've gone Alex Johnson for the first try scorer, and I've gone with Jerome Luai, anytime try scorer as well. That is paying a juicy $61. So if you have a spare, $5 to $10, not a bad bet to get on for the weekend. So my bet again, in case you guys didn't hear that properly, Indigenous All-Stars to win, Alex Johnson first try scorer, and Jerome Luai anytime try scorer. And if the Maori All-Stars do win, my multi for the Maori All-Stars is Maori All-Stars to win head-to-head. Jordan Ricky for the first try scorer, and Latrell Mitchell anytime try scorer. But look, I think for the Indigenous All-Stars to win, it'll be through the back line with all the speed and experience I got there. And if the likes of Cody Walker step up, I think they'll win the game with their attack. And for the Maori All-Stars to win, I think it'll be on the back of their defence. If the likes of Fisher Harris and Tarpany can slow down the Indigenous forward pack and contain the halves of Walker and Fogarty, the Maori All-Stars win the game through defence, in my opinion. But overall, I can't wait. The footy's back. Can't wait. So excited. Again, if you want to enter the giveaway, comment your score prediction below in the comment section right now. Like I said, Saturday night, 8 o'clock, Queensland Country Bank Stadium, Indigenous All-Stars versus Maori All-Stars. It's going to be a cracker of a game. Cannot wait. But anyway, guys, like I said, my prediction, Indigenous All-Stars to win, 32-26. Cody Walker, man of the match. Alex Johnson, first try scorer. But anyway, guys, I'm getting out of here. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you guys go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe. to the channel. Thanks for watching this video, guys. I appreciate everyone taking the time out of their day to watch my video. I really do appreciate it. Anyway, guys, I'm getting out of here. Have a fantastic Wednesday afternoon, and I'll see you guys in the next one.